Hi there, it's Karen here from Turquoise Treasures, and I'm back with week 6 of Roxy's weekly challenge. And this week she's been making side tuck book page pockets, which look easy the way she does them. Hopefully they're easy, and I will do a better job this week than I did last week. So I think before don't really need to say anything else. I'm just going to crack on and get my timer started and see how I get on. So I'm just going to start my timer to 45 minutes and see what we do. I've got some book pages here. I've got some smallish, fairly standard size ones, and I've got a couple of bigger ones, so I can make a couple of bigger pockets. I thought I'd have a go at that too. But I'm going to start by using this page, which is probably similar to what Rachel was using, and I think all she did was trim it up a little bit, which I'm going to do. I think it's just a little bit higher than I need, so I'm going to trim that off here. Trim off the rough edge where I tore it out the book, and a little bit off the top. Okay. I'm pretty much going to try and do exactly how she did. So she turned in her edge that she was going to make at the edge of her pocket to give it a bit more, what's the word? There is a word, but it's another way of saying giving it strength, giving it, I don't know, make it stronger. There is a word, it's floating around at the back of my head that might come out at some point. I know what I'm searching for, but I just can't find it. So that just turns in. And whoops. Just make sure that's nice and not quite glued there. And then she just turns it in here and makes it into a little side tuck. Dead cute. Right, I seem to have got globs of glue on my mat already. One there, one there. Ugh. Where did it come from? Hardly started. Alright. So then what I might do is just do a few as Rachel did. Just wipe off the wet stuff before I get going any further, and then just make some more bases, and then we'll go we'll start decorating. Okay. So it's actually, well, it's not quite, it's just about snowing at the moment still. We've had snow for the last couple of days, which is very unusual around here. We're usually the last ones to get it, but for some reason it's coming into our area this time for a change, which is rather nice. We always get very excited when we get snow, because it's not something we see very often. Well, when I say excited, I mean overexcited, really. Just because we just don't get it here, and it's not a lot of snow, but it has been fairly continuous, on and off. But they're more like flurries rather than proper heavy snow. But the difference is that with this one, we had some a couple of weeks ago, which settled for a short while, but then it disappeared. But this time, although it's fairly light and it just seems to be flurries all the time, it's settling because it's so cold. It's below freezing at the moment all the time. So what's happening is it's coming down and just freezing onto the pavements, which makes it lethal out there. I'm not going out anywhere in it. at the moment, not while it's like this, because it's just quite dangerous. The paths, you know, because nobody's really about very much, the paths are just staying very icy. We did go for a walk yesterday over to the nearby. We live near near some reclaimed gravel pits, so they've just been turned into lakes now. Gravel pits years and years ago. So it's a lovely area. It's a park, I suppose you'd call it, a nature park, and we can just walk there from our house. And so we went over there yesterday, and it was absolutely beautiful. There was a few people about, but not many, because it was Monday yesterday, so people were presumably at work, and it was fairly quiet, which was rather nice. And it was lovely to walk over there, but we had to be really careful. I just kept hanging on to Richard, making sure I was being very, very careful. Did not want to slip over. Right, sorry, I'm not very good at crafting and talking at the same time, so I just need to concentrate on what I'm doing. Cut that down. I want to make it a bit smaller, I think. I think it's a bit tall, the others. Try that. Put it there. No, put it over here. Right. Let's fold this in. Doesn't feel very straight. Right. Yeah, so it's quite nice just to sit here, look out the window and see white and see snow flurrying down. It's so pretty. It's just nice. Even if we only have it a couple of days a year. You know, we sometimes get just that little bit. And it's nice to see. Especially as at the moment we haven't got to worry about driving anywhere. It's always a worry if people have got to travel when the weather's like this. But nobody's travelling at the moment, so we can enjoy it. Okay, another one. I don't know how many of these I'm going to make. I doubt if I'll get them all decorated, but I thought they are quite sweet, so I might just make a few. Maybe let's make a bigger one. I thought I'd do... So is that any deep? Yes, I wanted one that was a little bit deeper. Look, ugh, it's horrible. Swarm of flies. So I'm just going to trim it a bit, height-wise, but I wanted to make it a bit deeper. Not that one. That one. So I'm going to cut that to the... Maybe I'll cut it in half, make two. Yeah, maybe that's what I'll do, roughly. They don't need to be very high. I just wanted a couple that were a bit deeper. Just see how they turn out. Okay. And turn that in. Strengthen the edge. Oh, glue it down. Okay. And then fold it about there. Slightly different size. A bit deeper and not quite so high, just for something different. And same with this one. Fold it in. and fold it over. There we go. Let's try those. Let's see how many we can get done. So I've got some more book pages if I decide I've got as if I'll do any more than this. I mean, I'm lucky to cover these. Okay, so let's start with one of these small ones. Oh, Rachel did make a couple the other way round, didn't she? Maybe I will. Oh well, done them all the same way now. Never mind. Okay, so I've got quite a few little collection of papers here, so I thought I'd not the wedding one. It's too small. How about some of these? I think this is from. I think this is Nature's Remedies by. I think this is the Tracy Fox one. I've got both, Tracy Fox and Artimaze. It's one of their collaborations. So I've got both kits, and I think I'll use. I'm just wondering whether to make it wide enough just to go round the back a little bit. But then I won't get the full. Yep, I think I can do that. Okay. Get that there. Don't know how this is going to look, but I'm going to give it. See if I can have the same effect of where it looks as though it's all one piece. That's the idea. I like the way she did that. I think it's on about straight. What I think I will do is fold it around the back. It's not quite as straight as I would have liked, but hopefully it won't show too much. And then we do the same here. It's going to be interesting trying to get that lined up, isn't it? I'm just going to trim it off afterwards, I think, rather than trying to cut it to size. Open that. Ooh. Okay, I hope that's straighten it up a bit. Okay. Right, let's see. close enough. You can always trim off this little bit so you don't see the join. And then trim it across there. Okay, and then that just needs gluing down. Oh, what happened up there? As usual, the little silver top comes off with my topper. Don't know why it keeps doing that. And then I've got a big glob of glue. Okay, we only want a little bead of glue along there, not quite a big glob. Okay, liking that. Alright, there's one. Okay, the next one is going to be this one, and I wonder whether to do it the other way. No, that one was already going that way and that one's going that way. Oh, inadvertently I've done it the other way around anyway, so that's good. What shall I use? Use a bit of Tracy. Not Tracy. This is a Rachel. This is from her botanicals. I think I might try that. It's pretty. Okay, I'm going to just try cutting it or tearing it to two sides. I'm not going to fold it over the back this time. And tear it down here. And see if I can get it right. How pretty is that? Lovely rose. Right, let's stick that down. Right, okay. Boom, boom. Right. Got a few bits of unwanted glue sticking out there. Okay. Let's see what we can do. Get that on there. Slide it up, slide it over. I haven't quite made it wide enough, so I'm going to trim that. Or shall I just do it? Don't think it matters. Let's put this on, because if I trim it off, I'll lose that bit of extra strength that I've turned over the edge, which I've just realised. Let's put that on there. Whoop! No. That one goes on there. Goes there. That'll do nicely. For some reason I think this needs a little trim at the bottom. And I'm going to stick that down and call that one pretty well done. They just need a little decoration, which I'll do in a minute. Just want to get these made. Hopefully I'll get better at measuring the paper. But that's fine. You can always put a little bit of trim along there actually, which I think I might do. A little bit of lacy trim or something. Okay, so that's another one. And no, not that one. I want to do one going this way. I think, let's get rid of this yucky bit. I want to do a weddingy one, I think. Is it going to work? I'm not sure. I was thinking maybe that might look quite nice. So if I just cut it about there, cut it, tear it, and the other bit about here. And cut the height. Let's see how we're doing. I love these papers from Liana Scraps. She makes a really beautiful kit. Okay, so let's see. Cut my poor bride in half, I think. I'm hoping the other half of her will still appear. Okay, I'm not having to cut her head in half, that's good. Right, let's see if we can get this to go on nicely. Fingers crossed. Right. see if we can get this on. I'll try and get the top bit on first. Get that one straight. Okay, that looks alright. And then the other little bit. Is that gluey enough? Yeah. And put that on right at the edge. Let's see, does it join up? Oh yes it does. Oh yeah, pleased with that one. It just needs a little trim across the bottom. All of these you do, hopefully the better they turn out. So just glue down the pocket. I just need to trim this little edge there that's sticking out that I don't want. Okay, stick those down. I think I may sew round these afterwards just to keep them, because these pockets are going to be a point of weakness, so they will be stronger if they can be sewn round, and it will also look better. That still doesn't look right there for some reason. Better to even it up. Okay, that's it. That's that one. And another one. I think it's too tall. I think they just look a bit big to me, or disproportionately tall. Just going to trim this one down a little bit. Did enough time. I suppose I ought to start decorating really, didn't I? Maybe I should decorate those three. I've only got a quarter of an hour left. And then maybe see if I've got time to do another one. I was never going to do the 6 that Rachel managed, because she's Rachel and she's amazing. And she can do these things quicker than I can, that's for sure. But I can have a go at just putting a little bit of something on these. What should I put? I could... got some birds here. These are by Tailor-Made Journals, Lorna. They're beautiful birds, a whole collection. I haven't cut them all out yet. But what I managed to do is resize a few to make them smaller. Because a lot of these things you want to put birds on, little pockets and things, you only need little ones. And the way she does it, you can print them off individually, whatever size you like. So I really want one facing that way. So what about... I'll see which one of these two I prefer. There's this guy. I like him, he's got that bit of red on his chest. He's not a robin, but I've no idea. I'm not very good at birds. I like birds. We like them coming into the garden. We put bird feed out for them and things, and my husband's quite keen on bird watching and things, but I'm not very good at it. We always like to look out for the winter birds arriving when we go over for our walks over the lake, the old gravel pits. Always looking out for birds that might have arrived. He always wants to find a goldeneye. They used to see goldeneye over there that used to arrive. I don't know where they used to come from for the winter, but we haven't seen one for a long time. But we do see something called goosanders, which are quite smart little birds, and they come over in the winter. We like to see them, and we have seen some of them this year. But I'm really not very much of a bird aficionado, I'm afraid. So I just know they look pretty. I could go on there. This one looks like a blue tit, and I don't think that works so well. Need to cut up some more of this white. I'm not keen on all the white. Just going to try and get rid of these last little bits. If I've got a little pointy pair of scissors, I can just cut that little bit out between there. These little legs. It's always the tricky part, isn't it? Cutting out the little bit when they're on a branch. I might get a bit of ink on it just to get rid of the rest of the whiteness. It's not easy to cut this little, cut it out a little bit. Let's try and get a little bit of ink on there just to knock it back a little so it doesn't look so obvious. There we are. Got rid of it, I think. Right. Little bird on there. Like him. Oops. Slip and slide in. Too much glue. Okay, little bird, and let's see. I have got some of Tracy's field notes labels, which seem quite appropriate for this. So let's see. Where are they? I haven't had time to cut them out yet. But I have got them on label paper. I need a little one just to fit down here, don't I? There we are. Will that look? How would it go there? I think that works all right. Yeah, the label came off. That's a surprise. Oh, that's annoying. Put it on the wrong side. Oh, that's the sticky side. Oh dear. I was so careful as well. Never mind, I'll stick this on with some glue. Oh, that's annoying. I'll have to put it through the printer again put them on the other side. I wonder if I've done it with both of them. I looked at it as well to try and, I was really trying to be careful to put it through the right way. I've done it before. just have to stick that piece on. Hope it sticks. There we are. Have I done that with the other one? Let's just have a look. No, that one's alright. What a fool. Oh, I'll reprint those. Never mind. Okay, so that one's done. I think that looks okay. Nice little pocket. Right, this one I think I need to put a little bit of lace down the edge. Little thin piece. That's pretty. Oh, only got a little tiny bit left. Just along there. Okay. Don't want it to stick out too much. Does it go better that way or that way? Maybe it'd be better that way. So things don't catch on it as they go into the pocket. So now I can have it right on the edge. There we are. Just get it to catch. And just trim off the excess. And this side. Do we need a butterfly? I'll have a look, see if I've got any small ones. Little butterfly that somewhere would be quite sweet. And got my box of butterflies here. It's a converted box of chocolates, but and you can look at them all at one time. And here's a little one. Oh, and it's just the right colour. Up there or down here? I quite like it up here. It's not going to fit here. Look it under there. Yep. I'll just tuck it under the lace a little. That way, that way. And see if I've got a little label I can put underneath. Just some words I've printed on vellum. Just made them up. Just think of any old words that you think might be nice on a journal and print them onto vellum, and it looks... And you can change all the, do different fonts, do whatever you like. I like it on vellum because it just sort of blends into the background, looks part of the background. I've just chosen the word beautiful. Okay. Because it is a beautiful rose. There we are. That's it. And so that's that one. And I've just about got time, I think, to put something on here. I've got a few bits and pieces. I've got some hearts that I've punched out, but I don't know if they'll fit. Punched them out of some of the Stamperia paper. So that says love. So I've got different sizes, and then they look quite nice layered up, possibly. Yeah, I'll just do that. That one there, so you can still see the with love above it. And then I think I've got some little ones as well. What about this one? Little roses, yep. Let's put that one in the middle. Go there, and I've just got to pop this on, and I think we'll call that done. Some hearts down there. I think that it probably will still need a little something along the edge here just to pretty it up a bit, because it's a wedding journal, so it needs lace on everything. But instead of putting it on the pocket, I think I might put it on the edge here. This is quite nice. Put it along there. Okay, that just looks nice along there. Have I got it on? Is it caught? No, not quite. Let's take a little tiny more bead. Make sure it's all adhered down all the way. There we are. There, it's my little wedding one. this needs cleaning. Amazing how soon it gets all gunked up. Right, and there's my timer. So I just got to turn that off. There we go. So in the 45 minutes I actually managed to make 3, which I'm quite pleased with. That's what I was hoping to do. And they're all slightly different sizes. In fact, that one, which one goes, no, that one goes that way. That one goes that way. And this one goes this way. So I think that will do us for today. I've got a couple more bases made here that I might still carry on and finish. And you'll probably see them at some point when I get to use them in one of my journals. But I think for today this is all I need to do. And I'm quite pleased with how they turned out. I love this one. My little weddingy one. I've been wanting to make some more pockets for my wedding journal, so that's going to be rather nice. I'm wondering whether to do another one slightly different so that I can put that in 2 different places. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me, and this has been really fun. I've enjoyed doing this. These are really cute. And please do join me again soon. Bye for now.